Ferrari is bringing a whole new package of upgrades at the Bahrain GP this weekend. After a slow start of the season, the team is changing everything they can in terms of aerodynamics to catch the other front teams, or at least not being surpassed by any middle team. In the searing heat of Bahrain's desert, the 2025 Formula One season entered its fourth round not just with the roar of engines, but the silent weight of expectation, and no team arrived at Sakhir carrying more of it than Scuderia Ferrari. They are F1's most storied team, yet once again Ferrari finds itself chasing shadows, sitting fourth in the championship, a daunting 76 points behind leaders McLaren, even with Lewis Hamilton's sprint victory in Shanghai. A flash of brilliance. The early season has exposed deeper cracks in Ferrari's 2025 campaign, cracks they now hope to seal with the season's first major upgrade package. Before we start the video, please take the time to like the video and subscribe if you like our work. We're still a growing channel and we would appreciate it a lot. Thank you, and let's dive in to the video. At Suzuka, both Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton voiced what many fans were already thinking. Ferrari needs updates, and fast. We know the car has potential, but we are missing something, especially in the high-speed sections and long corners. We're pushing, but upgrades are needed if we want to fight at the front, Leclerc said after the Japanese Grand Prix. The team introduced its first major update package of the season, focused heavily on the car's floor, a key battleground in the era of ground effect aerodynamics. Ferrari has reprofiled the floor fences, vertical strakes at the front of the floor, aiming to better manage airflow as it enters the floor tunnels. This is crucial in generating ground effect downforce and ensuring stability at high speeds. The leading edge of the floor body has also been modified, reshaping how air is guided into the underbody. Ferrari's own technical notes state the update targets an improvement of the losses traveling downstream, code for reducing turbulence and increasing pressure differentials. At the floor's edge, Ferrari has increased the length of the swept section and added a third strake, up from 2, to better seal the floor and guide vortices more precisely toward the rear. The diffuser 2 has been reworked, a reshaped boat tail section and tunnel expansion aimed to optimize how airflow exits the rear of the car, increasing downforce without compromising drag. Smaller adjustments include a revised winglet near the rear wing's mounting pillar. While subtle, these tweaks are designed to improve aerodynamic efficiency. In essence, this isn't just a reactionary upgrade, it's a structural rework of the car's ground effect foundation, one meant not just for Bahrain, but for the races beyond. With these updates fitted, the real question becomes how much ground can Ferrari make up, and how quickly? Their rivals are not standing still. McLaren, Red Bull, and even Haas have brought their own answers to Bahrain's heat, from longer chord front wings to aggressive cooling solutions. In this relentless development war, progress is not just measured in tenths, but in temperature, turbulence, and trust in your concept. McLaren, currently leading the championship, brought just one new component to Bahrain, a revised front brake duct winglet. On paper, it's a minor change, but in practice it could significantly improve the airflow's journey to the floor and side pots, enhancing the car's balance and aerodynamic efficiency. Red Bull, meanwhile, has given itself more flexibility with a longer chord upper element on the front wing. This allows for finer tuning of downforce balance, especially when paired with different rear wing configurations. But Bahrain's heat doesn't just test drivers, it challenges the machinery, and so the cooling race begins. Red Bull and Haas have both deployed new cooling louvre setups to help expel heat from the engine bay. For Red Bull, it's a larger outlet designed to cope with the desert temperatures. Haas too has opened up the rear of its engine cover to maintain power unit reliability. Ferrari, McLaren, and others have also listed cooling changes in Bahrain, all part of a broader strategy to keep temperatures in check without compromising aerodynamic performance. These are not headline-grabbing updates, but they are vital. In the modern era, thermal management is as much a performance variable as horsepower or tyre wear. So where does that leave Ferrari? If the data holds, this first update package could significantly expand the SF-25's operating window, more consistent rear downforce, improved balance at high speed, and greater flexibility in setup choices. But these are the theoretical gains, the stopwatch is the final judge. And as Hamilton and Leclerc take to the Bahrain circuit, eyes will be glued not only to their lap times but to their body language. Confidence can be read in throttle input, doubt in braking points, For Lewis Hamilton, the stakes are even higher. His move to Ferrari was a seismic shift, and while the sprint win in Shanghai offered a glimpse of what could be, sustained competitiveness is what he truly came here for. Leclerc, meanwhile, remains the soul of this Ferrari project, but even he has grown more pointed in his language. Hope is no longer enough, results must follow. 3 races into his Ferrari career, Hamilton's best finish remains a modest 7th. A far cry from the podiums and pole positions that defined his legacy with Mercedes. The lone bright spot? A sprint victory in Shanghai which momentarily reignited hope, but even that achievement came with a bitter aftertaste. Both Hamilton and Leclerc were disqualified from the main event due to technical infringements. Behind the scenes, frustration has been brewing. In the aftermath of the Japanese Grand Prix, Hamilton alluded to a deficit, a performance gap within the team. Not just against rivals, it wasn't just a matter of driving style or setup. The implication was that something mechanical or aerodynamic on his side of the garage was underperforming. I'm really hoping in the next race we'll see, hopefully, some positive changes, he said, measured yet unmistakably pointed. Through the first 3 races, there's been a bit of a deficit between both sides of the garage on an element of the car. So on my side, something underperforming. The specifics remain a mystery. Hamilton refused to elaborate further, but in the highly controlled world of Formula One, even subtle differences in chassis stiffness, sensor accuracy, or aerodynamic tolerances can yield significant performance variations. The fact that Hamilton raised it at all speaks volumes about the internal urgency. With Leclerc sitting out FP1 to allow Ferrari junior Dino Beganovic to get his first taste of F1 machinery, Hamilton will get an undivided stage to assess the changes. It's a rare opportunity for Hamilton to directly shape the development path of the SF-25, a role he excelled in during his Mercedes years, but this time he's doing so in red, carrying the weight of history and the expectations of the Tifosi on his shoulders. Speaking ahead of the weekend, Hamilton struck a cautiously optimistic tone. We've got a new floor this weekend, so I'm excited. The team has worked really hard to bring upgrades, as teams do. To have that here at the track that we tested at, with more knowledge about the car and how to extract more from it, I feel really positive for the rest of the weekend. Still, optimism doesn't hide the structural gaps. Ferrari currently sits 76 points adrift of McLaren, the reigning Constructors' champions, and 4th in the standings. The early title momentum belongs firmly to the Papaya squad, with Red Bull and Mercedes also looking more refined. Adding to the complexity is the evolving dynamic between Hamilton and Leclerc. While both drivers have spoken publicly about mutual respect, their paths so far this season have diverged. Leclerc has remained closer to the baseline Ferrari established in testing, a setup he's described as familiar and predictable. Hamilton, on the other hand, chose to explore alternative configurations at Suzuka, searching for a balance that simply never arrived. The desert wind may carry the sound of V6 engines, but it also whispers a question: can Ferrari rise once more? The answers will unfold in the heat, in the data, and in the hearts of the 2 men behind the wheel. The season is long, the gap's not yet insurmountable, but in Formula One, time waits for no one, and in Maranello, the clock is ticking. Coming up, we look ahead to the European leg of the calendar, where upgrades become relentless and the championship narrative truly takes shape. Who will hold the momentum as the paddock moves to Imola, Monaco, and beyond? Stay tuned.